I always forget to record. Okay. Anyways, going back to Haley. So she is in 3-star quals. She is only a year and a half into her business. And I know we have a lot of coaches on our team who are only like a year or a year and a half into their businesses too, which is, so it's just like, you know, it goes to show that anything is possible, and to just like not give up on yourself. Like if you've been a coach for a long time and maybe you didn't hit the ground running, or maybe you did, like everybody's journey looks so different. And that's why I think it's so cool to hear from different people, because we can be encouraged and inspired by their journey. Okay, so she signed up in October 2018, just to be a little bit more specific. She's hit Success Club every single freaking month since then, which is just crazy. And again, goes to show like why she's where she is and why she's having so much success, is because she's actually out there, like, you know, in the trenches, changing people's lives every freaking day and every freaking month. And that's like what makes us successful as coaches. She hits around like SC 30 plus every month. So that's also, I think, a huge reason why she's making a massive impact. We all know that like the more people you help, the more likely those people are going to become coaches, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. Like it just continues. The more likely they'll continue this healthy lifestyle, the more people, the better, right? And she is also currently a team leader. If you guys aren't familiar with the Road to Elite, I did a team call on that in the very beginning of the year. So you can look on my YouTube channel, and it should just be under there as like roadmap to elite or something like that. And basically you want to hit these different milestones up until you hit elite. So we as a team hit elite last year, and we had to hit all these little like benchmarks before that. And I know there's a lot of you who are like getting close to some of those benchmarks too. So exciting. So yeah, she is team leader. She's on the way to elite. So exciting. Okay, I'm going to shut up and throw it over to you, because I know there's so much goodness. So get your pens and papers ready, you guys.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Leanna. I'm so freaking excited to be here. Sorry. Super excited to be here. So thankful you guys are letting me talk to you all. So yeah, I've been coaching for a year and a half, and my story is kind of unique. It's super unique. It's really weird. And so the way that I started coaching was, before coaching, I was doing every odd job under the sun. Like, you name it, I've done it odd job wise. I was running my own crab boat. I had dropped out of college because I wanted to travel. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to run my own crab boat because that's like my family business. And then, so that was only 6 months out of the year. So for 6 months of the year, I was grinding, like not even really a human being, like working sun up to sundown, like way before sun up to sundown, just like killing myself in the sun, busting my ass. But then the other 6 months out of the year, I was traveling and living my dreams and like just going all around the world, trying to just find whatever I could find to make money, like doing whatever. At one point I was teaching surf lessons in Taiwan, literally earning $3 a day. Like I was just doing whatever I could do to eat, and I was living my dream, so it was fine. But I started realizing like I don't want to live my dreams for half of the year, and then the other half of the year like not really exist. And so I started dating my boyfriend, and we were getting super serious, and then we decided we wanted to move in together. And like Leanna, my boyfriend is a musician, and so he travels full time, like doing his thing on the road. And so I was faced with a decision. Either I was going to, because we wanted to move in together and we had to be in Nashville for his career. And so either I was going to move to Nashville and get a 9-to-5 and kind of put my dreams on the back burner, never see my boyfriend, like definitely wasn't the right option for me. Or option 2 was I live in Virginia and I crab in Virginia for 6 months. And then for the other 6 months, I go like be with my boyfriend and travel. And so it was like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. Both options sucked. And so that's what led me to coaching. And that's what just inspired me to like hit the ground running. There really wasn't another option for me. Like I was not going to get a 9-to-5, and I was not going to like only see my boyfriend for half the year. Not even that really. And so I just went all in with coaching, and I figured out what my dream life looked like, and I just went after it. And I like remind myself of my dream life every single day, no matter what, like remind myself of it. So people always ask, they're like, okay, what is like the one thing to do to be successful? And I'm like, there is no like XYZ formula, like do this and you're successful. And that's like kind of the beauty of coaching, is that like you can approach this in so many different ways and be successful, but it really is as simple as like doing the mundane motions that you already know how to do so well, just like repetitively every single day, showing up for your business and just doing the dirty work. But first, you have to figure out like what you're working for. Figure out what your dream life looks like, so that way you can really like white knuckle it and push for it. So what I do every single day, I spend like 20 minutes a day doing this. I close my eyes and I envision a day in my dream life from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. And I want you to do this, but don't just think like, okay, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to work out, I'm going to respond to some emails, maybe I'll go for a run, like cool. I want you to get so in touch with that dream life of yours that you wake up and you're like, okay, my walls are blue, my nails are painted purple, my pajamas look like this. Maybe you're not wearing clothes. Like, what does your dream life look like? Get so familiar with that. And it'll change every day. You'll think of like new ideas, and like get all the way down to what flavor shakes are you drinking? Did you pick the mangoes off your mango tree? Did you buy them from Kroger? Like, figure out every dream life. And then when you come out of that, like when you open your eyes, you should be like, whoa, like, where am I? I'm not in Hawaii anymore. What the heck? Like, it should feel like you were just vacationing to your dream life. It should feel that real to you, and you should be so, so close to that feeling. And that's what's going to drive you. And that's the thing that you have to keep revisiting every single day when like stuff gets hard, because you're going to send invites, a bunch of them, and no one's going to respond, or you're going to have a coach quit on you, or you're going to like drop calls. Bad things happen. Like it's just a part of it. It's a part of owning your own business. And you have to have that like driving force to help you keep pushing through the hard times. So once you've like figured out exactly what your dream life looks like, that's your why. That's what you're pushing for. And it doesn't have to be some huge elaborate thing. Like, you don't have to move to Germany or whatever. Like, it could be maybe you just want more time with your kids, or you want to like be able to drive your kids to school and drop them off. It could be something so much closer than like a super far away dream. But figure out exactly what it looks like and what you want to work for, because that's what you have to keep revisiting. I'm reading the comments. I want to move to Germany. Yeah, me too. It'd be so cool. If you guys have questions, just like pop them in there along the way, and I'll try to answer them as I go. Because if not, then I'll just miss them. I'm like all over the place all the time. But so yeah, you have to just keep revisiting your why every single day, because that's what is driving you. And then when you figure out like what this dream life looks like for you, now you're going to put it on paper. Like, you hear all the time, vision board, vision board, vision board. I was one of those coaches that I was like, no, I don't have freaking time to like sit and look at my goals and put them on a piece of paper. Like, I have to send invites. I have to do this PDF or whatever. I never made time to make a vision board. And then when I finally did, I was like, oh my God, why did I wait so long to do that? This is powerful. Like, manifestation is so real. And I was like depriving myself of this awesome little universal tool for so long. So create a vision board. It doesn't just have to be tangible things like this certain type of car that you want, or any like this house. It doesn't have to be things that you buy. These goals that you're working for can be like personal goals. Like, maybe you want to be really funny and you're going to like take the steps to be super funny. You're going to look up jokes. You're going to like watch comedians, whatever. It could be personality goals that you're working towards as well. So make a vision board, whether it's on like a piece of paper or whether it's like your Mac like desktop or whatever. Just have that piece of paper, that tangible thing that you can hold, that you can like rub your hand across, of your goals right in front of you. And then like, so I spend most of prior to COVID, I travel like 90% of the time with my boyfriend or on my own, and I just work from wherever. And so when I'm home, I don't travel with my vision board, but when I'm home, I set that vision board right behind my laptop screen. And then if I'm like responding to an email and I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard, or this is so tedious, my like goals are looking at me and they're like, you better freaking go to work, girl. Like, come on, fight for me. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to respond to this damn email, whatever. So have it staring at you in the face. Even if you have to like write like a little list on a piece of notebook paper and put it on your fridge, make it your phone background, like get your goals so close to you. So they are staring at you in the face, no matter what. You don't have an opportunity for them to like slip away for a second. So then once you've figured out what you're working for so freaking hard, now break it down into something that's easier to digest. So you have this big, beautiful life that you're working for. Now break it down into what can you do in this entire year that will get you closer to this dream life. So then set a goal for yourself. Like say you want to hit 5-star because you know that you should be making around X amount of dollars at 5-star or whatever. Figure out something that's tangible that you can work towards. Set a yearly goal for yourself. My yearly goals are always like so insane, and I'll talk more about this, but like my yearly goal, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna learn to speak 7 languages this year. This is the year I'm gonna do it all in 1 year. Like I always set super insane like yearly goals, but it motivates me, like pushes me harder, so it's a good thing. But set a yearly goal that you're pushing for. And then once you've figured out what your goal is for that year, now break it down into something even more digestible. Figure out your monthly goals. Figure out what you need to be doing each month in order to make that yearly goal happen. So then once you have this monthly goal of, okay, I'm going to hit, say like Success Club 50 or whatever your monthly goal is. Now you can break it down into weekly. So you can look at, okay, if I want to hit Success Club 50 this month, which is going to help me hit 5-star this year, which is going to help me get to this dream life. Now you can look at each week what you have to do, and looking at like your weekly to-do list is a piece of cake because you're like, all right, I only got 7 days. Like I could do this, no problem. It makes it a lot more easier to tackle. So then you can figure out exactly how many challenge packs you need to sell per week, how many people you need to help and get into your wellness studio or whatever you're doing in your business to reach that monthly goal. And then when you have your weekly goal, break it down into your daily goals. So make a to-do list. I'm like such a type A person and I'm so goal driven. And so like, this just really works for me. Maybe it won't work for you, but this really works for me. And so every morning, first thing I do, I wake up and even sometimes the night before, I wake up and I just like brain dump. I put all of these things that are causing me stress and anxiety in my business. I put it onto paper and then I'm like, okay, it's not that hard. I just have to do these 5 things or these 10 things or whatever. And then I don't go to sleep until I do those things because I know it's this whole like sequence. I know I have to do this today in order to hit this weekly goal, in order to hit my monthly goal, in order to hit my yearly goal, gets me to my dream life. So looking at what I have to do per day, I'm like, that's a piece of cake, no problem. But when I look at what I want to accomplish in a year, I'm like, oh God, I want to move to Hawaii. What? I want to do this. Like, that's kind of insane. But when you break it down, it's totally doable and you are seriously capable of it. So it's all about just breaking it down so it's something that's easier to tackle. And then when you figure out, like, you've got your goals, you've got your action plan on how to get it done, now you have to really focus on your mindset. And you have to, like, step up, be the CEO of your business, approach this like it is a business, because that's truly what it is. Like, you guys know top coaches, like, these success stories are insane, like retiring their mom, their husband, like the opportunities are endless. So like, get that CEO mindset, like, so a part of your routine every single day that it's easy for you to tackle these goals, because your goals are the number one thing. Like, nobody is going to show up for your goals the way that you will. Nobody is going to care about your goals the way that you do. That's always something that's been so hard for me to, like, it's such a hard pill for me to swallow. I don't know why, but like, you are the only one that's going to fight for your goals that hard. Like, there's no one else that can reach those goals for you. It's like, you cannot rely on your coach's upline, your success partner, whatever. You can't rely on other people for your success. So if you want these big things to happen, you have to freaking go all in and chase them like it is the last thing you do. Because your dreams need you. Like, they need you to fight for them. And so when that gets hard, because it's going to get hard, like chasing your dreams, like achieving this amazing dream life that everyone wants or that you want, whatever, it's not an easy task. There's going to be hard things that you encounter along the way. So that's why it's so important to constantly remind yourself of your why. Every single day, envision that day of your dream life. Like, revisit it every single morning. You have to go back to it. And a way that I do this, that it's like, it really keeps me grounded, get a morning routine. Make sure you have something that grounds you in the morning, that makes you feel like you're ready to conquer the day, because, like, you guys know this can be overwhelming, and I hate that freaking word, but it can be really overwhelming. And if you have a good morning routine, it'll help you tackle the day a lot faster and with more confidence. So what I do is, this first little bit I learned from Rachel Hollis. It's so freaking magical. I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for every single day. And I write these 10 things. They're not like big things in my life. It's not like my boyfriend, my dog, like my house, whatever. It is 10 things that have happened within the last 24 hours. And what this does, like, they have to be so minor, like birds chirping in the morning, like the temperature of my coffee, the sun on my back, like super small things that you wouldn't normally think of. But what this does is it actually rewires your brain to have this super positive outlook on life. And so what you'll realize that you start doing is you're like going through your day and you're like looking for things to write in your journal the next morning. So I'll be like walking down the street and I'm like, oh, blue mailbox, I'm gonna write that. I like blue mailboxes, or like whatever, like random things. You just have this like immense gratitude for just like life around you. And it creates this super positive mindset. And that's so, so, so crucial in this business, because we're in the people business, and like, that's beautiful and amazing because there's so many incredible connections that you make through this. And like, all of my favorite people are people that I've met like through this industry. But at the same time, there are those bad apples or those people that are going to like get you down. And when you're moving through life with a positive outlook and someone negative comes at you or whatever, you are able to kind of look at it and be like, okay, I understand they have something going on that they haven't really worked through within themselves. That has nothing to do with me. I can continue moving on in my positive direction. And so it's so freaking important to make sure that you have that positive outlook, or else like it's going to get you down and it's going to make you feel discouraged when someone has something negative to say, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So writing things that you're grateful for, game changer, freaking game changer. The next thing I do is I write down my intentions for the day. And this is kind of where I just like journal to myself. It's like your typical diary or whatever. I like pep talk myself. I'm like, all right, you got this. Like, don't get down. Come on. Like, you got it, girl, whatever. I just like pep talk myself. And so after that, I write down my affirmations. And affirmations are so powerful. Like, everyone on my team that's pushing for Diamond, I make them send me their affirmations every single day. And that top one is, I am a Diamond coach. Because, so first of all, like, affirmations are so important because it's an open invitation to the universe of like what you're hoping to happen or what you're fighting for. You're putting out there what you're hoping to achieve. So I write down my affirmations as if they've already happened to me. I write like, I am a 5-star elite coach. I'm not, I'm working for it, absolutely, but I'm not. But I write that every day. I'm a 5-star elite coach. Or it can go back to like what I was talking about on your vision board. It doesn't have to be tangible things. It can be, I am a super caring girlfriend, or whatever. It can be personal things as well. So I write those down every single day as if they've already happened. And another reason this is so powerful is because oftentimes, even if you're like doing the dirty work and you're showing up for your business, you're doing all the right things, our brain is so powerful, and like human nature hates change. And so sometimes, even though you're doing everything you're supposed to do, your brain will actually prevent you from success, because even though it's a good change, it's not ready for something in your life to change. Even though it could be something successful and amazing and perfect for you, your brain will sometimes prevent that from happening. So when you're writing it as if it's already happened, your brain doesn't have to like go through that mental hurdle of like, oh God, I'm about to experience some change, like watch out, because you're already writing as if it's already happened. So then when you hit that goal and you're like, cool, I'm a 5-star coach, your brain is like, duh, you've been a 5-star coach for months now. Like, what are you talking about? Cool, we're on the same page now. Like, what's up? So writing your affirmations as if they've already happened, so it's a game changer. It's so powerful. And so with this morning routine, it kind of like, it grounds me so freaking much. And it kind of makes me have this mindset that like life is happening for me rather than to me. So I approach it as like, oh, this is freaking great. Like, this is so much fun. Everything's awesome. Rather than like, oh, just my luck. That's like my biggest pet peeve ever, is when someone says, that's just my luck. I'm like, well, yeah, you're like inviting that luck into your life. Stop saying that. Like, such a big pet peeve of mine. So then once you have this, like, you got your dream, you figured out your action plan and what you're working for, your mindset is so tuned in, ready to freaking kick ass and take names, then you go all in. You show up for those dreams every single day. You show up for your business every single day. You pour your heart into this. And when you pour your heart into this and you're just giving it everything you have, it's so transparent. People see that and they're like, oh my God, I want whatever that girl's on. She's so stoked on what she's doing. Like, sign me up. I just want to do what she's doing. So it's so important. You have to go all in. Like, if this is the dream life that you've decided you want, make a commitment to yourself to show up and do the work to get there, and do not stop until you get there. And then when you get there, you're going to have all these other amazing goals that you're pushing for. Cause you're like, that was nothing. I got there in no time. Like, next, sign me up. Like, top 10, here I come. Whatever your crazy goals are, like, they're just going to keep getting bigger. And it's amazing. But you have to show up and do the freaking work every day. If your coach is offering a training, get on that training. If someone's asking to be your success partner, be their success partner. Like, just go all in. If you have any extra time, I always tell my team this, if you have any extra time, like extra ear time, put on some sort of training, some sort of personal development. Like, when I'm washing dishes, doing laundry, driving my car, on the plane, no matter what, like, there is always a sound going in my ear. And it's normally some sort of personal development or some training video on the Beachbody Champions page or anything. Like, I'm just constantly submerging myself in this information, because even if you're not really like retaining all of it, when you're like in the shower washing your hair and you hear something that clicks, you're like, oh, dang, I'm gonna apply that to my business. Like, I just always make sure that new information is coming into me, because I truly think like the most important thing in life is to never stop learning. And so this could be like in your relationship, in your business, anything. Like, I think it's so crucial to just never stop learning. And so there's so many different ways that you can learn in this business. And that's what's so freaking cool about this business, is that if you're super into chess, like, that's awesome. You can attract other people who are super into chess. You could add chess to your challenge groups. Like, the sky is the limit. We could do whatever we want. It's so freaking rad. And so it's such like this business creates such a growth mindset within people. It's such a beautiful thing. So never stop learning. If you ever have extra time, just like learn, grow. I don't know. Another thing that's so important is when you're pushing for a super like amazing life, you can't have a plan B. People ask me all the time, they're like, what would you do if you weren't coaching? And I'm like, no, I coach. That's what I'm doing. Like, there is no other option. This is what I'm doing, because I know that this is the vessel to skyrocket me into my dreams. And so there is no other option. There is no, like, I don't have this backup plan waiting for me. Like, if this fails, I'm going to fall back on that, because it lights a fire under my butt and it makes me like get to work on my dreams, and I'm not allowed to fail, because this is the only route for me. Like, my dreams are my only option. And that's like, end of story, non-negotiable, no matter what. Those are my dreams. I'm hitting them. Like, that's it, girlfriend. And so you have to have that thing that just gets you so freaking stoked. You have to have that dream that makes you want to get up early. I'm on vacation right now with my family. We're doing like the whole quarantine at the beach thing. And like, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. every morning and just like working 3, 4, 5 hours before everyone else gets up. Like, everyone's eating lunch and I'm like, hold on, let me like run over here really quick, because I'm so stoked on my dreams and they're so vivid in my brain. And so you have to have something that pushes you and drives you to want to get up early, to want to stay up late. Like, you've got to have that thing that pushes you. And then another thing that's super important with going all in that I think so many people struggle with is overcoming the fear of rejection. And this is like such a broad topic. Like, I could do a whole call literally just on this, because there's so many different things that we fear. And like, I remember in the beginning of like my coaching career, I would never want to post about coaching, and I would never post about the coaching opportunity. I'd be like, if they want to coach, they'll let me know. Like, I'm not talking about that. So dumb. Like, this is such a beautiful opportunity we have to offer people. And like, now I'm like, want to shout it from the freaking rooftops. I want to tell everyone, I'm like, join my team. It's so great. This is so much fun. Like, it will change your life. And so like, before we would be on tour, me and my boyfriend, and he was on tour. I was just kind of like enjoying myself. I'm not that cool, I swear. We would be on tour and he'd be doing his thing, and people would ask me, like random people would be like, so what do you do? And I'd be like, and I'd be like, Marcus, what do I say? Like, what am I supposed to say when people ask what I do? He's like, tell them what you do. Like, what do you mean? What do you say? Like, just tell them what you do. But I was so afraid that people would judge me or think whatever of me, because MLMs have a bad name. And so I was like afraid to share that like amazing piece of my life with people. And now when people are like, so what do you do? I'm like, all right, pump the freaking brakes. Let me tell you about my next challenge group coming up. It's awesome. You're going to join me. Like, this is amazing. I'm so freaking excited to tell people, because I truly know how great this is. For example, yesterday I was at the beach and this girl like walked by with her dog, and I like started talking to her, and my mom was with me. And then she like starts following me and like, planting seeds. And when she walked away, I like looked at my mom and I was like, that girl's going to be a coach on my team. And she was like, no way. Did you talk to her about that? And I was like, well, no, but it's going to happen. Like, she's following me. Like, we have this whole thing going. And it's just like such a total mindset shift where in the beginning, I would have been so afraid. I would have avoided that conversation at all costs because I was afraid of what people would think. And now I realize I'm like, I don't care who thinks what of me because my dreams are so much more important than what Sally that I went to middle school thinks about me. Like, there is no one on this earth that their opinion of me and my life and my dreams, there's no one that is worth, their opinion is worth giving up my entire dream life. Like, no freaking way. Nothing is worth my dreams, especially not some person that I don't even know. So you have to lose that fear of rejection of what other people will think of you because they're not worth it. I promise you, your dreams are far more important than other people's opinions, what they think might be going on in your life. Like, if they have something negative to say, bye, later. Like, clearly you're not getting what I'm putting out here. Like, you're not picking up what I'm putting down. Sorry about it. Also, you have to lose that fear of rejection with inside of yourself. Like, this is the hardest one for sure, but don't be afraid to set super big goals for yourself. So this is so dumb, but like my corporate mentor was talking to me and they're like, okay, so what goals are you pushing for, whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to start 5-star quals like July 23rd. And he was like, okay, that's in 3 weeks. And I was like, yes, I know. Like, that means I need to find 2 more diamonds in 3 weeks. And like, that's such a big, scary goal. And like, I'm pushing for it, obviously. And I write it as my affirmation every day. Like, I'm fighting for it. But that's such a big, scary thing to tell someone from corporate, like, but you know what? If I don't hit it, no big deal. Like, I know that I set this massive goal for myself that I am pushing so hard for. And that I know that I'm that much closer than if I would have set a goal for myself, like, I don't know, well, I'm going to maintain 3-star for a couple more months and then I'll push for this. Like, no, like I'm better than that. I can push myself a little bit harder. If I don't hit it, who cares? Who freaking cares? At least I busted my butt trying. So yeah, now I just shared that with all of you guys too. So that's even more accountability on me. So there's that. But so once you figure out, like, you've got everything, you got your dream life, you've got your action plan, your mindset has completely changed, you're ready to dive in, you're pouring your heart in every day. Now you just can't fizzle out. You have to show up consistently every single day to your business, doing the dirty work, like just grinding. I don't know if you guys have read The Slight Edge, but it is a freaking game changer if you haven't. And there's like a whole chapter in the book that talks about if you're not actively working at improving something, then it's declining. So, and this is like, it kind of gives me anxiety thinking about it, but it's also really powerful because like, if you're not actively working on like a relationship with someone, like friendship, the book's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It's so freaking good. It's like my Emerald gift to all my coaches when they hit Emerald. I'm like, book, you're getting this one. It's so great. You need to read it. But so if you're not actively working on improving your relationships, improving your like health, improving your business, whatever, then it's declining. And so you have to always remember that when you're approaching your business, because if you like go missing for a week, your followers are going to be like, whoa, what's going on with this chick? That must've been a phase. Like, definitely don't want to do what she's doing because like clearly she can't show up for herself. She's not going to show up for me. Like, you just have to be consistent. Find a way to track your business that you're comfortable with, that you feel like is actually checking the boxes towards the things that you need to do in order to reach your goals. Because sometimes I think we get kind of wrapped up and we see like what other coaches or whatever are posting on Instagram and we're like, oh, I should do that. But if that doesn't like coincide with your goals, don't waste your time on it. So find a tracker. I use the Success Club Business Activity Tracker, like the OG blue and white one. It's amazing. I love it. Does wonders for me. And then just do it every day. Like, I am still doing the exact same things now that I was doing a year and a half ago when I started this. I'm still printing out my tracker every single week, or like taking a screenshot of it and doing it on my phone. Obviously, I've gotten a lot better at these like different activities and I've like learned what works and what doesn't, but still doing the exact same thing. And that's like what the Slight Edge talks about, just like doing the same things. Consistency over time equals success. That's all it is. So okay, sorry, I have like my little notes down here, but I'm just kind of going like freeballing, I guess. So that's sorry, I'm like definitely not like kid friendly. I'm so sorry. So figure out what you want out of this life. Create like that's your why. Stick with it so solid. Revisit it every single day. Create like your CEO mindset. Make sure you approach this business like it is the number one focus in your life. And then you're going to just go all in, pour your heart into this, show up every single day, no matter what, be super consistent with your business, and then it'll all work out. It literally just takes time. But something to remember is that no matter what, if you are pushing for your goals and you are just trust the process. Oh my gosh, that's like my little like ending thing I was going to end on. So great. If you are pushing for your goals and you're fighting for what really means something to you, the universe is going to recognize that and it will reward you. Like if you are pushing so hard to live this dream life and you're doing everything to get there, the universe is going to conspire and do everything in its power to make that happen for you. It's so freaking powerful. You just have to get in tune with it. And something to remember, fortune always favors the bold, no matter what. Like if you're taking big risks and doing scary things, you're going to benefit from it. I promise. So just keep doing it. Fight for your dreams. They freaking need you. No one else is fighting them for you. Just like put your head down, white knuckle it, ride it out because it's so worth it. It is so freaking worth it. And trust the process. Yeah, it's fun. Enjoy it. Every second of it. Yeah, that's all I got. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat. I tried to read a lot of them, but I don't think I saw all of them.
So freaking good. Oh my gosh. I'm just like nodding the whole time. Like my head is just gonna fall off like a bobblehead. So I had a question. I think, did you say, oh wait, no, you answered what tracker you use. You use the Success Club system tracker. And is it the newer one they made last year? Or is it like the old one?
Okay, yeah, so sorry. I like thought about that as I was saying it. I'm like, yeah, the OG. I've been here for a year and a half. I know everything. Like, no, so it's the newer one. But that's like the only one I've ever used, so.
Yeah, and they simplified it. Like I think when they like re-released it or whatever last January, was it this January, last year? I don't even know. But it was like, you know, it's been tested and all the things, and like we have a group chat in our team where we like send it in Monday, Wednesday, Friday because it's just legit. Like it helps you so much. I was gonna say another question. Oh yeah. So when you came into coaching, did you already have like an established social media, or like how have you built your social media? Because I know you have like a really good following and it seems like you have a lot of like loyal followers. So could you like touch on that?
Yeah, totally. So people ask me that all the time because my boyfriend has a bunch of followers, and like it's something that I've always kind of approached like, no, this is my thing. Like people have asked me, they're like, so do you like go to his fans and get following through that? And I'm like, no, I like never, because I'm like, no, I want to find like my people, like, this is my thing. But when I started, no, I did not have a big following. I go back and look at my Instagram and I'm like, oh my Lord, what were you doing? I like would post photos of like a mountain and then like a beach scene. And I was like there was a lot of landscapes. And so, no, I did not have a big following before, but that was something that from day one, I was like, okay, if I really want to run with this, like I have to make sure that I always have people to invite, like have people on board with what I'm doing. So it's something that I've poured so much time into from the get-go. So yeah, I think it's a big thing.
So do you do like the follow unfollow method to grow your social media, or do you do like courses with people or anything like that?
Yeah, so the way that and it changes like so much. My like growing my following technique changes probably monthly. Right now, what I'm doing that like all the time, what I'm doing that really works is I'm following a lot of people, but I'm only following people that I actually want to see on my feed. And so the way I like approach it is if I see someone with like a cool profile, then I'm like, oh, they would make a really good coach. Like I want to work with them. Then I'll follow them. But if not, I'll just like comment on their photos, just like support them. That's how I do it. And then if there's something on my feed that I'm like, where did this come from? Then I'll unfollow. But yeah, I really feel like just using like Instagram loves when you use their like different features. And so I feel like, I don't know when it really shifted. Maybe at like 8,000, I started noticing, I'm like, oh, I'm getting like random followers every day, all the time. And it's because I really started like approaching it more like an influencer mindset. Like, okay, now I'm going to do a poll on my story. And now I'll do like, what's it called? IGTV. That like I've been doing a lot more of those. I still don't have that many, but I've noticed that when you use kind of like all the things that Instagram has to offer, it kind of puts your profile on the explore page more. And I just noticed I started getting a lot more followers when I was like really utilizing that.
I love that. It's so good. And it's like so basic too. We all like, you know, whenever we can't figure something out or when we're not like having success, we're like, there must be a secret sauce or like a secret way to do it. And it's just like consistency over time. I was going to say something else too. Yeah. Approaching it like an influencer, I feel like is so key because you're more so focused on like what value can I add rather than like what do I want from my followers. And I'm just going to like share all the time about what I want rather than like adding value to their lives. And what you said about like adding followers, I feel like that's such an important transition to make because when you're adding people that you actually are interested in, it's like you're calling them, just like you were saying with affirmations, you are like putting it out there that like you want them to be a part of your community and like you want them to be one of your coaches one day or something like that. And so, yeah, you are just like putting it out there and like attracting it to yourself. So I love that.
Exactly. Yeah. And also like it becomes so much more fun. Like that's my favorite thing to do every day is grow my following. Because at first I would like just find any account and I'd be like comment, like it just felt like so like it just didn't feel authentic. I was like, okay, I have to grow my following. I'm gonna, oh cute, nice, whatever. And now I'm like seeking people who are like me. And I'm like, whoa, like that's a really cool surfboard. Where do you get it? It's like social. Like social media is social. I just heard that on a call probably like a month ago and I was like, oh yeah, duh. Like this can be fun. It doesn't have to feel like work. I can be like actually connecting and loving the people that I'm meeting. And that's another thing. I think that's with everything though. Like when you just put your heart into it, it's just fun. It doesn't feel like working ever. Like I'm so excited. I'm like, okay, cool. My family's eating lunch. Like I'm going to run away real quick and like get on my Instagram. Like it becomes so much more fun. It doesn't feel like work.
Yes, that's so true. You have to like fall in love with that process. And I do the same thing. Like nowadays following people is so fun because you're like, who do I want to like be a part of my crew? Does anyone else have any other questions? I could just like keep coming up with questions, but if you guys have them, you should probably answer. I'm trying to look through the chat too. The Slight Edge is like my favorite book, so I love that you like said that. It's literally the game changer for me.
So freaking good. Oh my God.
Oh, that's smart. Lauren said if she follows a bunch of people right before she posts, she usually sees more growth. Yeah.
Yeah, really smart actually. Because people always like go back to your page and like your like most recent one. So brilliant, Lauren.
Yay. Well, thank you so much. I don't see any other questions. You absolutely killed it. I don't even know if you were nervous, but it was so amazing. I like have so many notes. I'm glad I typed them out because I couldn't have picked up.
Thank you guys so much. I was definitely nervous. I'm like sipping on my tequila drink. I'm like, come on, girl, you got this. You gotta like get to it.
Always gotta have that like energize or something.
Oh yeah. So thank you guys so much for letting me ramble and talk to you all.
Sorry if you guys hear my dog, she's barking. But everybody have a good rest of your night. Go kill it this month. And I will hopefully see you all soon. Go kill 3-star quals, Haley. And yeah, let's all go launch this program like the badasses that we are. Okay, bye. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.